So welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do a simple makeup routine once again, but we're going to try different things. For example, applying blush before concealer. This is the Laura Mercier Pure Canvas Blurring Primer. As you can see, my skin is always very shiny. I do have oily skin. However, I don't know if that's true anymore. I just think my skincare makes my face shiny. I'm going to put a little bit of setting spray. This powder is by Laura Mercier as well. This is their translucent setting powder. So I'm going to put a little bit on the brush, and you just want to tap that out. And I'm honestly just going to put it in the places where I tend to shine the most, which is like my T-zone, my nose, obviously. I'm not going to put a lot, just a little bit. Now, the first thing I like to do is to use my concealer to kind of color correct some of my dark blemishes. So I do have dark blemishes, and I'm going to use the Hourglass Concealer for that. Just a little bit under my eyes, and you do not need a lot of concealer. You want to let that sit, and then you're going to just kind of tap it in. And you don't want to go like towards the top up here, because this is where you're going to see creasing. If you do go up there later on, you might have to use a Q-tip and just kind of wipe that away. But we'll talk more about creasing as we go along. This is the Hourglass. This is the stick foundation, okay? I do want to put a little bit of this on some of those blemishes, okay? Because of how awesome this thing just blends in with my skin. To me, it's a little bit of a heavier foundation, but the coverage is amazing. So I just use it in the places that I need it. But I am going to be using my Armani Luminous Silk foundation today. I'm just putting this on a couple of my blemishes and a little bit where my eyes are kind of dark. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk, and this is the Matte Beauty Blush Wand Blush. This is a cream blush, so I'm just going to put a little bit under my eyes before I do my concealer. This is just going to give you a nice little undertone. You just want to blend that in. And I'm going to work my way up. I'm not going to blend down because I want it to be right in this area right here. And now I'm going to take my concealer and put it on top of that. This is the NARS Radiant Concealer. I love this concealer. And if you do it kind of at an angle, you're giving your face a little bit of a lift. You know, a lot of people complain about the wrinkling under their eyes and how their concealer gets cakey, and it's because either you're applying too much, or you're not letting it dry before you blend it, or you're not using the right products underneath your eye. Your eyes should be moisturized. Your skin should be moisturized, okay? And then honestly, some of us just have wrinkles under our eyes. Some of us have creasing under our eyes, and it's not going anywhere. Like, it doesn't matter what I do. I have fine lines under my eyes, and I just have to be careful of how I apply my makeup. You want to take it kind of to your temple, bring it out. Okay, do you see how that's giving you a little subtle brightness? It's not too much. It has a natural look, but it's kind of brightened your eyes, and you can see a little bit where this concealer kind of blends or flows into the blush, but we haven't even applied our full blush yet. This is just the base. I also like to try different makeup brushes to see what kind of brushes blend well with my makeup. And I've been using this one recently, this angled brush for my foundation. This brand of brushes is by Maange. You can get it on Amazon. I got mine on TikTok Shop, but I think it's kind of like a replica of maybe like, I want to say the Hourglass brushes. I'm not sure. I love them and they're so affordable. Now we're going to use the Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. You do not want to go and cover your concealer, but you do want to go and cover that blush. Here, my complexion is lighter and my forehead is darker, so I'm not really going to put a lot of this on the top of my forehead because I'm going to contour up there. See how that's like a natural kind of coverage. And this is the NARS blush. I kind of wanted like a peachy kind of blush, which is very subtle on my skin. This is the Orgasm Edge, is the color. And you just want to kind of go up with that. Now me, I do not hold back on blush, okay? I love it. And I'm not going to go like that. I'm actually going to dab my blush in, okay? I used to go in circular motions, but that just completely like ruined my foundation. And to me, dabbing it in helps to push the product into your face and also helps to allow it to blend. Okay, so we are going to contour today. I usually use the Physicians Formula contour palette. I love it, and I might still use it on my forehead. But if I don't, I use the Fenty Beauty contour stick, and this is in the color Mocha. So you actually want to put that kind of above your cheekbone, not on your cheekbone. Okay, and I'm also going to put some on the edges of my forehead, and I'm going to do a little bit on my nose, which will help to elongate my nose. And I'm just going to brush this inward and bring the line down. I have to also apply my concealer on the center of my nose and the sides. You can also get a beauty blender and just spray some setting spray because it's nice and damp, and also blend that in. Now we're going to take some setting powder and apply that. I'm not going to let this bake. I'm actually just going to put a little bit and dab it away. And you want to put this kind of like on the back of your hand so you don't have too much. Dab it into your hand first. I don't know what happened to the rest of my video. It just stopped at a certain point. This is the finished look. I pretty much lined the bottom of my eyebrows and just blended it in with my eyebrow brush. When I'm doing a heavier look, I will kind of line it in on top as well and use eyebrow gel. Like I said, I'm in the process of growing my eyebrows in. For mascara, I just did 3 coats of the Better Than Sex mascara by Too Faced. I love their mascara, but I think mascara is all about the actual brush. So I like the L'Oreal Luminous mascara. That is an oldie but a goodie. It's not going anywhere. I like the Haus Labs mascara. That's good as well. What else did I talk about? Because that camera just cut me off. That's it. I mean, this is just a simple look when you're on the go and you have places to be and people to see. So let me know what you think about this look, would you put blush underneath your concealer? Would you apply setting spray and blurring powder before your foundation? And see, these are new things we got to try. And if you've tried it before, if you like it, comment below, and I will see you in the next video. Toodaloo!